You know, some trips aren't just about the destination, it's about what gets you there. In this video, we actually took the Audi A3 on a road trip, visited Sun City, and kind of encountered some stop and go traffic. But that's not all. We also launched a Chinese brand, so stay tuned and buckle up. First things first, we had to top up the snack box. And of course, somebody was so kind and she said, you know what, let me pilot. So Madame was there piloting the Audi A3 35 TFSI. And you know what a lovely car. And I was there just enjoying some refreshments, of course, keeping it halal. And before we knew it, we actually encountered our very first toll gate. And you guys know how much I really hate toll gates. Like, these things are so expensive. Ramaphosa, do something about this, man, you know. But nonetheless, we continued cooking and we continued cooking. And before we knew it, we encountered some stop and go traffic. But while we're here, I thought it was a perfect time to actually admire the Audi A3 from outside. So let's talk a bit about that. Outside, you'd really fool Abumbali there in Headfield, thinking that this is an S3. I mean, look at that carbon spoiler, that rear diffuser. Man, this car just looks absolutely amazing. But let's start off with the front. Well, since this is the facelift, of course, you do get this newly redesigned Audi grille over here, of which I must really say I do like. What's also new is the fact that you can actually customize this LED daytime running lights so that your Audi looks different from smooth Audi, you know what, of which that in itself, it really does look amazing. Also, you also do get this gloss black emblem over here to signify that this is indeed, of course, the black edition. Moving along to the side, we do get this gloss black 17-inch alloy rims, of which I must say for the S line they look just fine. Moving along to the rear, this Audi of course does have an electronically operated tailgate over here to store, of course, your suitcases and everything else. But what the key thing is back here is the fact that, you know what, the baddies wouldn't know that you drive an A3 or an S3, mainly because of that red little decal over there that Audi put next to the A3 badge that was usually found on the S3. But rear stance also looks very much aggressive. I do like this carbon spoiler that comes with this carbon pack in this black edition that makes the car actually really stand out, man. And I must say, you know what, this has to be one of the best looking hatchbacks over here. But nonetheless, let's head back to the trip. With that being said, we're back on the road and we're yet cooking again in the A3. And while we're here, let's talk about fuel consumption. We are averaging about 5.6 liters, which is like roughly less than what Audi claims, which is 5.8, which is absolutely impressive. And it manages to achieve that through its 1.4 liter turbocharged engine that puts out 110 kilowatts and 250 newton meters of torque, which sends its power through a 7-speed gearbox over here, of which I must say, you know what, this gearbox is quite nice. But here and there you do kind of experience some turbo lag, but once it gets going, it's absolutely amazing. And would you look at that, before we knew it, we had arrived at Sun City. I must say, Bafit, Sun City is such a beautiful place. Oh man, you know what, when you get a chance, you know what, head to Sun City. Sun City is such a beautiful place. But nonetheless, let's park the car and check in. So we were staying at the Cascades, and as we walk in, as you guys can tell, man, this hotel room looked lovely. Of course, we do have a little gift from the brand that we're launching later on in the video, of course. And I must say, man, the views from this place absolutely look stunning. The Cascades, I'll definitely give it a five star. Moving along to the bathroom, and you know what, you do get this lovely big mirror over here. And hi, that's me over there in the mirror, of course. And then moving along outside, we also do get a little cabinet over here with, of course, 2 robes for you and your madame, right? But nonetheless, man, let's freshen up and let's head to the launch. Basically, Changan is a Chinese brand that was somewhat in South Africa before, but they're now making a new entry into the country again. So they introduced 3 new models. The first one being the Changan Elsvin, which retails at around about 238,000 rand. And then we had, of course, the CS75 Pro, which also retailed around about 429,000 rand. And I must say, this SUV actually looks quite nice, and I'm actually really looking forward to how it would actually compare in the market. But what we're mostly anticipating had to be the Changan Hunter REEV double cab, which retail from 800,000 rand. And basically this bakkie is a range extender bakkie, so basically it's a first of its technology in South Africa, so we're actually looking forward to what it would do. But nonetheless, Changan also had something up their sleeve, which was a little performance, so let's cut into that.
Like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life, man. But thank God for the journey, the earnings, that's to the plus. Yeah. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings fall on my right hand. What's a toast to the friends that they come to me load. One time, it's down in a class, I'm a board, then only see the road, and me go on with the road. Word for me, say me tired thing. And you know it formed up to be a fire thing. Now up on stage with credits, I sing, yeah, Jimmy, I'll dig it soon, get the higher ring like hello, brother. Say, I just saw ya, saw you post a spectacular photo. Keep it burning, yes, that's the motto. If you need a butter, pass through your soul to your body and live, man. Me up with thank God for the journey, the earnings are just to the plus. Yeah. My gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings for all of my right hand. But I toast to the friends that they come to me load. One time, it's sit down in a class, I'm a board, then only sit the road, and me go on with it, go on with it. Just show our blessings upon me, and send me to tell them the story. Just show our blessings upon me, and that's how I'm gonna give him the job. Me, I'm in the light. Just know some passion ignited. Got the music get me excited. I'm coming like a boss. Blessings all for my life, man. But thank God for the journey, the earnings, and just to the plus. Gratitude is a must.